Good afternoon. We just got the latest update from the National Hurricane Center, and the headline is no major changes in our forecast. Nicole continues to intensify. Now winds are 65 miles per hour. Nicole will become a hurricane, still forecast to become a Category 1 hurricane, and still forecast to make landfall somewhere between about Jupiter and Melbourne. Now remember, the cone of concern shows the variation or the variables in where this soon-to-be hurricane will eventually make landfall. So it could make it as far north as about the Cape. In fact, can't rule that out, but that should not change your forecast in a big way. So here's our main headlines. We will see the winds and the showers become more frequent tonight and on Wednesday, but still the stormiest day with even more confidence. We expect that to be Thursday. And our most significant concern on Thursday will be from flooding due to the combination of tidal levels and heavy rains, although there will also be a tornadic threat on Thursday into Friday. We'll keep you updated.
This has been a severe weather update from the First Coast News weather team. Download the First Coast News app for live weather updates anytime.
From the National Hurricane Center, and we'll continue to update these headlines as well. There's a lot of information out there, a lot of new data, and I'll share it with you. But here's the headline. 4 p.m. We just got this in. No major changes in our forecast or in the overall forecast with what Nicole is going to do. Number one, we still think Nicole will intensify. It has actually. We think it will become a Category 1 hurricane as it goes over the northern Bahamas on Wednesday and then makes landfall between about Jupiter and Melbourne on early Thursday morning. Could it make landfall a little farther to the north, maybe as far to the north as the Cape? It could, but with a little more confidence, we're thinking more between Jupiter and Melbourne. It really doesn't change our forecast so much, though, because remember, we're involved in this, and Nicole is involved in with this very large and major nor'easter. So let's break it down for you. All those showers and winds will continue to increase. We've seen gusts today near 40. Those showers and winds will continue to increase on Wednesday, the stormiest day, and the day in which there could occasionally be some dangerous weather. That's going to be on Thursday. And our main concern will be the threat of flooding. Now, that's going to be due to the combination of tidal flooding, meaning the ocean pouring in, yes, to the beaches, but also the intracoastal waterways, through the estuaries, along the rivers, especially the St. Johns, and then the heavy rainfall. So the combination of that, I'm expecting overall water levels to be about 3 to 5 feet above normal. That's on Thursday. So what's that mean for you in your county? How's it compare to Ian? We're going to get to that. Also want to let you know there will be a tornadic threat on Thursday and Friday. I can tell you, though, this is good news. With more confidence, once this system makes the turn to the northwest, it's going to do it pretty quickly. And so I feel very confident that Saturday's weather will be nice and quiet, and it could even be by sunset Friday, even the threat of severe weather will have come to an end. So I guess another way to say that, hold on through sunset Friday and then much improved conditions. So here's a quick look. This is just one computer model. I think it does a pretty good job. Notice this is noon tomorrow, and although we'll have a lot of clouds, even at noon tomorrow, we're just talking about occasional showers coming on shore. Here is now, this should be a hurricane by noon on Wednesday with a developing eye wall. But again, here's the core of the hurricane, and that's within this area of 400-mile gales. So in other words, to the north of the low, and that's the part that will be impacting us, an area of 400 miles of gales, and that allows for full seas to develop. We'll talk about that. Now I want to show you something. This is one of the reasons we have that cone of concern. Now this is just one of the computer models. This is not the official forecast. The official forecast has for landfall between about Jupiter and Melbourne. Just wanted to show you that there's some legitimate computer models that actually bring the hurricane up and make it bring landfall between the Cape and Daytona. That's not the forecast right now, but it is a reason to keep a close watch on the forecast, because I still suspect there will be updates. Now, there's a word we're using called the fetch. Anybody who does boating or surfing, they're well aware of what this is. But because this fetch is going to impact all of us, I thought I'd talk about it. The fetch is simply an area in which winds are out of the same direction from about the same speed. Another way to say that is a large area of 40-mile-per-hour winds can actually create larger seas than a smaller area of higher winds. And that's what's happening. So here's the developing eye wall, but here's this large area, 400 miles from the developing tropical cyclone northward, of winds out of the same direction, and winds about 30 to 50 miles per hour. And that's why we're going to continue to see some incredible seas that will push on in. Now on Thursday, let's say if the core is right about over at Lake City, our winds will be southeasterly, but that's still going to involve, especially you folks from Nassau County through southeastern Georgia, with the fetch out of the southeast. And of course, we're going to have the rain. I say of course, right now we're on the drier side. That's why even through Wednesday, just occasional showers. Here's the full rain potential on Wednesday, still from the Cape off to the southeast. But then watch what happens as we go from Wednesday on into early Thursday. This is the core, this is the hurricane, this is the Cat 1, but still the full potential of those heavy rains will be pushing into our area early on Thursday, involve all of us during the day on Thursday. Notice here we are by Friday. And by Friday, the drier air starts to come at us from the south and the southwest. So it's going to be the combination of the seas pushing in the water, raising the tidal levels, and heavy rains that then can't drain out because water, especially in tidal areas, will actually be pushing through. So with each high tide, those water levels will get higher, but I think the highest high tide will be around the high tides on Thursday morning, maybe into Thursday afternoon, but let's focus on Thursday morning. So high tide at Jacksonville Beach about 9. Now this is downtown on the St. Johns River about 11 in the morning. On the Buckman about 1. St. Augustine, of course, you are going to be probably ground zero again for the worst this has to offer about 9:30 on Thursday morning. Fernandina 9:10, you're still going to be hit pretty hard as well. Brunswick 9:50, the Shands Bridge, so think down around Green Cove Springs, 1:50 in the afternoon. Here's where the current watches and warnings are. Again, a hurricane watch does extend all the way up for those of you over St. John's and Flagler. That's a hurricane watch. The hurricane warning extends south of Flagler, that is Volusia County, and then on areas farther off to the south. Computer models, again, in general agreement, but it's going to be significant if these ones farther off to the north actually work out. Again, the official forecast is actually for the computer models that are farther to the south. That is toward between about Jupiter and Melbourne. And for now, we're going to lean on that. All right, here's another way to look at it. So here we go. Again, occasionally some showers coming ashore. For those of you that haven't had any showers, they've been off to the south of us. But then as we go through the period on Wednesday, those showers will begin to increase. And this is really the main reason we're concerned about the tidal, because of the fetch offshore, seas of 12 to 25 feet. The worst of our potential flooding is going to be Thursday. We'll keep you updated.